Good, good evening, good day, good morning across the world. Welcome to the WEF show today. On this session, I have with me a lady of eminence, a woman of substance. The subject is very interesting. It is victim to warrior mindset and a roadmap to a life of fulfillment. I think that is saying many things to many people because all of us want to lead a life of fulfillment. And if that is possible by not looking ourselves as victims of circumstances or situations, but to see how to fight and get out and win, here is your answer. The answer is in the form of this dynamic lady called Vidya Muralidharan. She has been an HR professional in the corporate for a long time. And then she is now an OD consultant and coach, and she consults and works on her own and provides such insights to life which will be useful for people to win life and enjoy it towards a state of fulfillment. Welcome, Vidya, to this evening. The floor is yours, the screen is yours, and the digital media is open for you across the world.
Thank you, Mr. Ravishankar. Thank you for that very gracious introduction, and good day to all of you out there, different parts of the world. It is always a pleasure to be associated with all, and WEF in particular. It's really a privilege for me to be speaking on this platform. I will structure this brief talk of mine in three parts. I will first talk about the genesis of what triggered me to launch this program, Victim to Warrior Mindset. I'll talk about who is it targeted at and what can you expect to get from it. And finally, also I will also share my mail ID and number for any of you who might want to reach me. I'll also indicate how is it that you can access it. So one of the things that I've always wanted to do over the years is to make an impact on lives. I think in different forms, I was doing it during my career as an HR professional for 25 years. But I think in my second career, I'm able to do that more impactfully. And that's what makes it really exciting and satisfying for me. So I have set myself a target of 1 million lives to be impacted. It's not necessarily only women, but the reason I've targeted this program at women is that I can relate a lot of and sort of bring in insights from my own life experiences. But I think going forward, I'm not going to restrict it to women, but for now, it is targeted at women. And another trigger for this program was, as I was looking back on some life-changing incidents in my life, I found that every time there was a crisis, there was some adversity that hit me. There was something in me that sort of came alive, and that's really what has become kind of a signature. People who know me kind of always say that I'm a fighter, including dealing with something like cancer and being a cancer survivor myself. I've had health setbacks. I've had a lot of financial setbacks that we've dealt with while I was trying to support my husband as an entrepreneur. We've had, of course, the regular issues that people go through in life as well. But I think, to say the least, life has been quite eventful. So I found that every time something like this happened, it's not that just like that with a flip of a switch, you can simply turn things around. It doesn't happen like that. Definitely, I did find myself feeling a victim of circumstances. So that's where the word victim is really a mindset where you feel completely overwhelmed and you don't know what to do, and you feel that you're just helpless and you have to just kind of wait for things to change, and you're not at your more effective best. Everything around you therefore gets impacted, and as you're getting into this mode, you also somehow strangely attract more problems into your life, and so on. As they say, misfortunes come in pairs. So I have been in such situations, but the thing with me is I've always tried to quickly come out of it and looked out for things, some techniques, something that would work for me, some practice that would work for me. And of course, there have been people along the way who have supported me. Without it, I don't think I would be even sitting here and talking. But then when I look back and I said, I had to sort of meander around and find out these things. What if I could offer something as a package to people, to women who find themselves a victim of circumstances, so that they can start adopting these practices early on, and maybe make that transition to what I call a warrior mindset, basically a winning mindset, more easily and quickly. So that's how this program, the idea for this program originated, and things came together. And I have someone who has offered this platform called Learn and Inspire. So I was able to launch it. In terms of who am I targeting, it's, see, people, there are women who go through very, very serious trauma in life. I'm not sure whether this program can address all of that. They may need deeper help. But all of us in general who find ourselves in circumstances where we don't know how to come out of things. It can be something as simple as I won't say simple, it can be like a health setback. It could be that you've given up your career and you've lost that sense of identity. I find when I'm talking to women, I do coaching, I find a lot of women are struggling with this, and they want to get back, they're ready to get back, they're diffident, they don't know how to get started, they've lost that confidence in self, those kind of. And then in general, society, and as a reflection of it, family, I do find that the odds are stacked against women. I'm not saying everybody out there is evil, but there are lots more expectations out of women, and I think lesser support coming your way. So you really have to fend for yourself. And therefore, this is targeted at women, and particularly mid-career, midlife women, because that's where I find a lot of the angst seems to peak. Because you're probably finding that if you already have a career, then you're finding that the responsibilities at home and in career are peaking, and you don't know how to handle these two. Or if you have given up your career, then you've reached the stage where you'd really start questioning what's your identity. And so primarily targeted at this, though I have found that some younger women also find these things useful and are looking for something like this. In terms of how can you access this? So this is offered through a platform called Learn and Inspire. And it is it's actually a blended learning module. It consists of it's a blended learning program. It consists of 7 modules. And in between, after every second module, I also do a virtual session live. And the purpose of that session is primarily to address questions, to listen to your introspection and experiences, because this entire program is practice-based. It borrows techniques from NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, from positive psychology. And I have used case studies of women, the common women. If I see that common women is a word that's going around here. And so it's not women who are necessarily celebrities, but women like you and me who have made the transition, who have been through certain situations. So I interweave that with certain techniques. So the techniques need to be practiced. So that's the important thing. And therefore the program is simple, but it can be very intense. So what I have also done is to help people get to that, because 7 modules at a stretch sometimes can be daunting for people. I do offer as a primer of sorts, I do 2-hour sessions, typically over 2 consecutive Saturdays, where that's a live virtual session, where again, I do offer some little practice techniques, and we get to discuss and introspect on certain aspects. People can share their own journey. They can share their own whatever's happening in their life to the extent that they want to, and then go back, take that and practice a little. It kind of preps you up for something that's a little deeper, a little more intense. The entire journey, it is a journey. It's not something that can happen overnight, but the entire purpose is to change your perspective. Mind you, I'm not for a minute wishing away any of the circumstances that we find ourselves in. I'm not even pretending that these things can be easily dealt with just because we give you this magic formula. It's really a process of picking up certain techniques and continuously practicing them and practicing them and practicing them until they become kind of second nature to us. That's what I bring to bear in this program, because that's really what I have found has worked for me all through my life and continues to work for me in my journey. So I'm going to be putting my phone number and my email ID in the chat window. Any of you who would like to reach out can WhatsApp me on this number or can mail me asking questions, expressing interest, whatever.
Brilliant. We still have a couple of questions that I'm going to put across.
Sure.
You have 3 more minutes in which you could really elaborate whatever you wish to.
Yeah.
So I'm summarizing. Your target group is people who are in midlife or mid-career. However, there are also outliers. Younger people also benefit by this.
Sure.
And basically you're addressing the issue of those who are in conflict between home versus career versus personal identity issues, right? And
also sometimes deeper issues like not getting enough support from a partner,
sure,
or spouse and family,
sure,
health
sure,
setbacks, all of those.
sure. So home could be home management to support, to family, to self, to whether, as you rightly said, a health issue or something financial issue. It could be any of these things that relate to the person, home, career, identity, and a conflict between all of this, whether you are pursuing a professional career or working or in business or
Yeah.
a stage in life where the children still need some support, but they're out of control, let us say, that itself can be. So there are very many things to what a woman undergoes and goes through and manages and is responsible for.
Sure.
And to the extent you did say that, expectations are very high out of women just because of the gender. And I did sense that is not fair. And you are trying to tell them, okay, don't fight whether it's fair or not. There is a way to cope and come out winning.
Yes, absolutely.
And this 7-module program that you offer is an online program.
Yes, it's blended learning, actually.
Blended learning.
Yeah.
And therefore I urge all of you who are seeing it live streamed on YouTube or Facebook, and those who will see the recorded version as it is posted and all of it, to keep coming back here, because these are questions everybody has in their mind at some time or the other. So the person to reach is Vidya Muralidharan. Okay. On that note, I would like to ask you if you have something more you would wish to add, please.
Something more that I wish to add. If you
have
a specific question, then I can.
My question would be that how do you unfreeze them, anybody who approaches you? First of all, approaching itself takes a lot of internally, they have questioned many things and then they have approached you. And then they are not able to articulate what their actual problems are. How will you handle that?
That's why I'm encouraging people to reach out to me on email or WhatsApp. And with some people, I have had one-on-one conversations.
Right.
Yeah, so those conversations are free. There is no charge. There is a nominal charge for the course per se, but because I am a life coach, so I do have a conversation with them, try to understand the details of what is it they're looking for and how the course might or might not be relevant. And some cases I also tell them, maybe you're looking for something else, this is really not it. And the primer that I have introduced actually came in later, because I found that sometimes for people to straight away get into those 7 modules and practice some of the techniques is a little daunting and they find it very intense. So the primer is something that also preps them for the journey. The main thing is getting prepped for the journey, really.
Sure. And you said it is simple but intense, and practice, and you have to own up to it.
Yes.
At the core. Great, Vidya. It's very short and crisp, and you made an impact on what you bring to the table to people. I'm sure lots will be interested.
Thank you.
On behalf of Women Economic Forum, the global digital platform of 2021, hosted out of Bangalore, Women Economic Forum is honored that you are here. You spent this time and shared your experiences, and you have a lifetime and a body of work and personal experiences to go to boot. WEF, Women Economic Forum, honors you with this award of Exceptional Leader of Excellence.
Thank you.
Awarded digitally, and it will be emailed to you within 2 weeks.
Thank you very much. Truly honored.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to anchor your program. Have a good day, and may the warrior mindset envelop all women and start thinking about men too.
I too hope. Yes, I will. Sure. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Bye-bye.